Welcome back. This is Ravens Bloodlust. Today, I'm going to discuss the most requested stupid killers by the community, ones that will never make it in the game, and reasons why. So if you scroll through any of the community boards, whether it's social media, the official boards, or Twitter, PS4, I said that probably already, there are people asking about, this is more than once, Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's is a very popular children's game where you start in a ripoff of Chuck E. Cheese where the animatronics try to kill you. You're the night guard, and they come alive during your shift, and you have to survive 5 nights. These animatronics are possessed by dead children that were stuffed into suits and forever cursed to these suits, so they want the revenge, and they try to stuff you, the night guard, in these suits. There are over, I think, 5 to 6 games now. The whole concept, it's neat. It doesn't work for Dead by Daylight universe. It's just stupid. I mean, most likely people that suggest this are like 10 or 12 years old. Yes, let's have Freddy Fazbear in Dead by Daylight. It doesn't work. For one, it's an animatronic. Would the night guard be the survivor? It'd be kind of stupid. Some people say if it's done right, it will work. I'm like, no, it won't work. I'm like, Five Nights at Freddy's, Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, they don't belong in Dead by Daylight. They don't fit the narrative. Why would the entity reach out to these children's spirit trapped inside of robots, Chuck E. Cheese lookalikes, and bring them to the entity world? Because they can't get the revenge on the person that did it. What are they gonna stuff the survivors into? There wouldn't be any other additional suits. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, multiple levels. It just, throw that one away in the garbage. The next one is Slender Man. You all heard of Slender Man, the creepypasta. It's a supernatural character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme created by Something Awful Forums user Eric Kudes in 2009, whatever. He is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless head and face and wearing a black suit. And again, it's a creepypasta. A lot of people have written different versions of him. He basically kidnaps children, and he is a entity himself. Being as how I don't think the entity would offer or capture Slender Man, because there'd be no point. Slender Man would probably be very combative with the entity. I just don't see that. Plus, being a creepypasta, there are many different versions of it. I just see like a lot of lawsuits, even though the original creator, Eric, some other people are like, well, I made it better, blah, 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 blah. And plus, there's the movie. The movie was super terrible from what I heard. As a killer, it's stupid. I mean, like, he doesn't have any weapons other than, like, he has his tentacles, so he would do a tentacle attack. That would be, like, his power. There really is nothing other special about him. Another popular character, that was requested was It. We kind of already had a clown in it, Pennywise, but people were like, but Ravens, It is not a clown. I'm like, the entity appears as Pennywise, a dancing clown, mostly because children are afraid of clowns for the most part. It has the ability to shapeshift, manipulate, and go unnoticed by adults. In Jury Maine, roughly every 25 years, it uses a variety of its powers to do this. It's based on Stephen King's 1986 horror novel, and then we have the reboot in 2017. So we have the new It. That's why the resurgent people want it to be him. He feeds off fears of other people. Yet again, it's a super old entity being with its own enemy. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I think it'd be too combative with the entity in the game itself. Why would it agree to be trapped inside a world? It would probably try to wrestle the control of the Dead by Daylight universe away from the entity, because it is a powerful entity itself. Like, it feeds off fear. Just kind of like Freddy, but Freddy wasn't as powerful as an entity. Pennywise, it being more powerful, wouldn't work. As much people say they like to and would like it, it's also super expensive license. The next one people asked about is Pinhead from Hellraiser. Pinhead is a Cenobite. He's the main antagonist in the Hellraiser movies and is a powerful demon. Pinhead might work and might not work out for two different very reasons. The fact is, Pinhead was a person. A lot of the times, a lot of the characters all the characters were human or are human at one time in Dead by Daylight, and they become corrupted in some way. Undead, magic, a ghost, a demon, whatever. They're human. At one time, they became this killer, and the entity seen this and invites them. Pinhead could work to a certain degree if the entity was able to get its hands on the laminate figure, or the box, the puzzle box that summons Pinhead and his demons. The thing about Pinhead, though, the Pinhead also serves another entity called the Leviathan. Leviathan is a scary-ass ultra demon thing that controls like all of hell and Hellraiser and creates Cenobites, and Pinhead is like his main man. So the entity would have to combat another entity, being Leviathan, to wrest control over Pinhead to trap him in his universe. So canonly, that wouldn't work either. As far as like lesser demons, our only demon in the game is Freddy. Freddy Krueger is a lesser demon. He was once human, then became a demon. He was obviously nerfed by the entity for various reasons, but the entity is so powerful he can do that. The last three killers that I mentioned, the ideas that people want, they are too powerful or serve a god that would be too combative for the entity. It would not be worth the entity's time, lore-wise. It wouldn't make any sense for cross these universes over either. So let's throw those ideas out. They don't work. Stop suggesting them. This is Raven's Bloodlust. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later on the battlefield and in the fog.